Oh, hello. We've got Lucy Griffiths here. It's Suzy and Lucy show. We are hello. We're here from Psychologies magazine,
Okay.
Strategy for Psychologies, and this this is the wonderful Lucy Griffiths, columnist for Psychologies magazine, who is helping introverts make their live a happier life. But today we're talking about how to create the life that you want. We've just been in a weird and wonderful year, and people are saying, create the life you want, really? But actually, I think this is the perfect catalyst moment to create a brilliant life for yourself, because it has enabled us to go within and to start thinking about what do we really want in our lives, and who do we want to be around, and what kind of work do we want to do. And when we start doing that kind of, I call it the inner adventure, and asking those kind of questions, then all sorts of magic can happen. And I know you found that, haven't you, Lucy?
Absolutely. And I think one of the most important things is if we are comfortable in our life, if everything is okay and we're floating along in mediocrity, we're not going to change. We just plod along. But when there is something difficult and transformational, like 2020, that forces us to kind of be, where we have to come out of our chrysalis. We have to, go within and explore what we really want. And so this calls for that reason. And, the whole being able to explore what you really want this year has enabled you to do that in a way that you probably wouldn't have done otherwise, because you'd have been busy on the kind of treadmill of life.
Yeah. I mean, so Psychologies, we've launched a series of courses: Create the Life You Want, Create the Work You Love. And what we're encouraging people to do is to really kind of dig deep and discover, because if it was all as simple as that, we'd all be doing it. So I think often we stop ourselves from doing that. But I think the first place to start is to create a big vision of what you want. Maybe the step before that is to go, what don't I want? And I think for many of us this year, we've experienced what we don't want: isolation, doing work that doesn't feel fulfilling.
And I think for a lot of people, they've realized they don't want to commute anymore. They don't want to be on the treadmill. And the number of people I've heard who are moving, leaving London, leaving, a friend just messaged to say she was leaving Brisbane and moving to the countryside. I think there's a global shift of people wanting, they're just looking for different things.
Yeah, it's a quality of life, isn't it? It's having a quality of life. And I think that this is the thing. So, you can tick off all the things, these are the things I don't want, but actually, what do you want? So the biggest exercise that I do with my clients and on the course is this idea of the la la land vision. So often we don't do this exercise because we always just set a kind of parameter of what we think we can get, rather than what we really, truly want. So I say, imagine I am coming round to interview you. I'm the editor-in-chief of Psychologies, and I'm coming in to see you in 5 years' time, and you've created this amazing life. A fairy godmother has come and waved the wand, and your life is exactly how you want it. And as a journalist, I'm writing your story. Describe the story. Tell me what is happening in your life. So where do you live? Who you're with? What does it look like? What are you eating? How much money have you got? What kind of lifestyle are you living? And when you can really paint a really fantastic picture of that, it's the first place. But most people will never do that because they think, oh, that's not possible for me. But just allow yourself to just dream, la la land, as if nothing could stop you. What would that look like? And it's such a great exercise to do. You've tried it, haven't you?
So it is the most incredible exercise. And I remember the first time I did this, I was in a really low spot. Let's say, I know, 6-7 years ago, and things were pretty rubbish on many, many fronts, personally, professionally, and I was really stuck. And I started doing this, and literally, it was almost like light bulbs popping within the space of a couple of weeks, I met my husband. And, it was once I started writing it all down and having this vision and allowing myself to dream, then I met my husband. I manifested the house that I'd written about, a child, and I didn't think I could get pregnant. All of these things I wanted, suddenly, if you allow yourself to dream. And that's what's so incredible about La La Land, that it enables you to suddenly go, okay, I'm going to put aside my skepticism and put aside that, oh, it's not possible. And just for a minute, start dreaming.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to do.
Yeah. And the point is to allow yourself to dream, and then to look at what you've written and look at the story you've written to see, well, what is it that's at the heart of that? Because what we're trying to identify is the values that you're living. So if it's about, meeting somebody, a partner, it's about maybe love and connection. Love and connection are important to you. If it's about finding fulfilling creative work, maybe creativity is your one of your big values. Maybe you're traveling more. So what does that give to you? It's adventure. So this La La Land vision enables you to really get clear about what your values are. And then it's not about waiting till you created the La La vision, although that's what the course is all about. It's about creating baby steps and doing the 90-day plan and getting you into action. But it's also about how can you live the dream now? So, how can you be more creative now? How can you have adventure today? How can you have more connection today? And then you start filling your life with all of these amazing, and then all of a sudden you start to feel happier and more content. And then you take more actions, because many times, many of us don't do this is because we sabotage ourselves and we allow the negativity to seep in, and the kind of paralysis that stops us, because there's lots of sabotage, ways that we sabotage ourselves, aren't there, Lucy?
Absolutely. We sabotage ourselves. You think of in the working environment, how often do you procrastinate and avoid doing something that you should do? And instead, you go on the Daily Mail website, or there are lots of ways that we go and eat cookies from the cookie jar, all of those symptoms of procrastination. So it's being aware of the moments when you self-sabotage, those moments where you don't do something when actually there's amazing opportunity staring you in the face. And being aware of those moments so you stop yourself self-sabotaging.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's not like there are some magical people out there that don't self-sabotage. We all self-sabotage. So that's just accept that. You are going to sabotage yourself, but it's about learning what are the ways you do it. Procrastination. Mine is doubt. Sometimes I'll have this great vision and then I start doubting myself, and I think, oh, well, I'll just wait till I feel a little bit more confident about that before I do anything. And then it just gets left, and then I start procrastinating. So what are the things? And then for me, it's like, oh, I'm feeling, and now I'm really aware, oh, I'm feeling doubtful. Right. What can I do to get some more certainty about that? And then not do anything until I feel certain about it. I think, yes. Sometimes it's a technical thing. I don't know how to do that. Or it might be, I'm not sure about that person. So how can I get more certainty about that person? But at least I'm not, often we live in that kind of, all of these saboteurs make us live in this kind of twilight zone where we're not doing anything, we're not moving it forward, we're not got an action plan of what to do next. And that is I think it's kind of a really rubbish space to be in.
It's the most, I always call that limbo land, and it's the most horrible, because you feel so frustrated with yourself, with just the situation, and you can feel bitter and resentful of other people, and you're just sitting there watching other people doing the thing that you're capable of doing, but you're instead thinking, oh, I should wait. And that's where having collaborative people that you can work with, who can pull you out of it, who can say, oh, you can do this, and be your cheerleader, can just give you that little nudge forward, or maybe it's a big leap push forward when you need it.
Yeah, there you talked about, guys. I always think envy is a brilliant wake-up call. So when I feel envy, when I feel that moment, I don't kind of go, I'm really ashamed. I think, oh, great. It's like a wake-up call. What is it that they've got that I think that I want? And I can look at it and then think, okay, how can I move forward with that? And the other piece is about taking action. So the course that we created is all about not taking massive big leaps, actually. It's about taking baby steps. There's a 90-day baby step plan with a community. So we've got this amazing, brilliant Facebook community. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, I talk about it a lot when I'm feeling a bit low. I think, oh, I don't really know. Oh, you know, when I'm on the wrong website, we mainlining cookies or Cadbury's Green Eggs, actually, is my thing. You can go. I can go on the website and you can hear that people, the reality of it. Yeah, I felt like that too, but I did this, this, and this. And you think, okay, I'm going to try that. So it's not this idea, you know, there's this awful idea that there's only a certain type of person that can be successful. But when you hear that we're all struggling, and then, just tweak it a little bit and take a baby step, then, you know, try it. So just, even if you're listening to this and think, oh, that's not for me, I don't want to do the course, there is a quiz that you can take. So do that as your baby step. So even if you don't buy the course, just do the quiz. So you can do the quiz and find out what is it that's stopping you from creating the life that you want. And then you can just mull on that and talk about it and think about it and do that. So links up above or below somewhere. You can do that. But I think what we want you to do, all the stuff at Psychologies, it's about taking yourself from that stuck, paralyzed place into a more productive, moving forward place. And I always talk about the sat nav, Lucy. You know when you're lost and the sat nav can't connect with where you're going. And I say, well, just start driving. If you just start driving until the connection can pick up again, and then eventually it says, oh, you're going in the wrong way. And I think often you think, oh, I'm not going to do anything because I don't know which direction to go in, blah, blah, blah. But if you start driving, then you
find your way. It's your inner GPS, and you find your way to move forward, and then things flow. But it's being prepared to take that baby step into the unknown and start creating that vision. And when you do that, then it becomes more possible. And we're at a perfect time of year. Things, as we move into December, it's a great time to be thinking, what do I want to do next year? What kind of place would I like to be living in? What would my life look like? I love this time of year. My husband's just bought me my new vision board, and
it's so cool. Let me see. Is it a silver one? Can you just buy that?
He bought it from Etsy.
Oh, so it's so cool.
So you can stick on your, and so then it's like, then I have it pinned up, and it's like that's my plan, that's my vision for the next year. And it's those little reminders when you're having a blue moment and you go, oh, I want to go to Costa Rica, or whatever is on your vision board of the thing that the aspirations that you have for the year.
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, it's knowing that what the big vision is. So the kind of the formula is knowing what the big vision is, having a plan of action, and knowing what to do when you start sabotaging yourself, and not to feel ashamed, and connect with the community. I suppose that is this is the way to do it. But again, as we all know, from maybe all the self-help books on your shelf, it's you can read about it as much as you want, and nothing is going to change. And the main thing is start taking action, start moving forward. And no matter how hard, I mean, God, I say this practically in every live that I do, is that however hard it is, however dark, times are, there is a way out. There is a way out. And the key is often, we can't control what's going on out there, but the way out is within. It's about changing perspective. It's changing your thinking. It's changing how you feel. And even if you're struggling with mental health, reach out there, whether it's to the doctor, whether it's a therapist, whether it's a coach. There are millions of people that can help you. You do not have to struggle alone. And if it's more just about you're stuck with your work, or again, reach out. The psychology community is amazing. Come and join us. Come and or if you're in that point where you think, right, I am going to create the life. take a course, do our quiz first, see if that course is right for you, try it. But you don't have to be isolated and think that it's not possible for you or that's for them over there. It's possible for all of us. Baby step by baby step, we can do it.
Absolutely. It's just that one little step forward. And I always think of, one small step for man, one leap for mankind. And it's sort of that, when you make the first move, suddenly everything opens up, but you just have to take that first little baby step, and then a whole new world can be possible.
Yeah. It's about looking for the doors that are going to open for you. And sometimes, you're looking for all the locked doors, and there can be, sometimes it feels like there's a lot of locked doors. But one day you'll go like that and the door will open. And what we want to do is get you into the mindset of, I'm willing to go and try a few doors at this point, isn't it? So
yes. And because doing the same thing that isn't working for you isn't helping you. It's doing something different, trying something new, and maybe that might just connect with you. It might open up a little chink of light, and you think, oh, I really resonated with that. That really worked with me. And then who knows where that will take you, what journey you will go on. But it's that inner journey, and it's an exploration of you and your desires and dreams.
Yeah, it is. Lucy, our time is up. Thank you so much for joining me today on this broadcast to say create the life that you really want. For everybody listening to this, please take the quiz below and see what is really stopping you. What is really stopping you from taking action? And maybe that will help you get clear about what you want. We're running courses, Create the Life You Want course. We've got Create the Career You Want course. All the links are below. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, and speak again soon. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.